All right. So, for these different activities, I really struggled in the beginning because I'm an Algebra 1 teacher and I never actually see this, but I'm a little upset that I saw this now and not 3 years ago when I was teaching a calculus class because this would have came in a lot of use. But so for the first thing I wanted to talk about was the tracing the slope. Um, I started and I had started with this screenshot here, and I guess I could open it up. No, maybe not. But it said put A and B close together, so I had put them pretty close on top of each other and got actually what we were looking for. But then I, of course, separated them and then also a little bit closer, but separated them. And so I saw the different graphs that we were talking about. But for the last one, when I moved points, so let me erase the old traces. Move A to B, and then erase that as well. When I animate mine, no, it was doing it. Is this what I was looking for? Or I think I wanted what I was right in the beginning. But it's creating it, oh, here we go. So, I guess I did something funky, and so it's tracing both of them, which isn't what I want because I was creating this line, the sine function as well, and so I was really confused, but it was nice getting to look at different people's sketches and seeing that I had just messed some setting up, and I believe I'm tracing B is part of the problem. If I can unclick everything, nope, I'll stop it first. Believe I'm tracing B. And so when I then erase my traces, and I actually didn't figure that out until Tracy had said something. So it took me a while, but Sister Tracy had said that she thought it was just hers, but it was actually mine was wrong. So after I fixed that, I saw exactly more of what we were looking for. And seeing the different parts because mine wasn't working out right. And I ended up tracing something completely different because I was tracing B and not the other point. So it was nice getting to see what I had done wrong and fixing that because I believe I even asked in one of my questions here, like I thought what it should look like, but it wasn't exactly. What I also wanted to talk about was the manual probing, and I get that back. Start over here. At first I struggled and I was so confused because I was doing it and like I didn't really see the whole graph, and so when I moved to a different value I didn't really understand what I was looking for. But, and let me move this back. So I did realize it was -7, but what I thought was really cool and what I thought would be really cool to use as a calculus teacher, erase the old one, was when we had created the slope field. So I'm just trying to fill some in really quickly. But when we had done this, it was kind of cool because I'm just trying to create all these different, what my picture ended up looking like, and I guess they're too close together, it's going to be hard. But I thought it was really cool because with this slope field here, and I guess I could open it for you. Sorry. But when I have my slope field with the certain setting, it looked a lot better. So this is manually, and I think this is the second one. Third one. With this here, I thought it was pretty cool because we do this with our students in AP Calculus, and it's really annoying trying to create this by hand. But if we were able to do this with students, I thought it would be really cool because then we could say, all right, well, what do we know about? And once we get that initial condition, they could say, maybe they figured out one of the points, they could see where we're at and then trace that close line. And so I thought that would be pretty cool to use with the students rather than, and if anyone's ever, if you remember making the slope fields and having to trace the function, it took forever and the kids would always complain and then didn't want to do it. But with this, it's really cool because you can see everything at once, and then use that within the Geometry Sketchpad. I'm not sure if we can print this exactly, but I thought that was pretty cool. And I just thought it was cool. Let me erase everything. At first, I forgot to follow P2S and actually trace the path. So when I had first done it, I was actually just like moving P along, and so I started and I was just moving P, and I didn't really understand. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting function. How do we do that? So it was funny that but once I remembered exactly what we were doing and then was able to get it together. But so I thought this was really cool, the slope field. And then I also, the automatic probing was really cool to see as well because then we can create the different functions, which I could pull up. Did I cross? Nope. So one of these, it was really cool to see the different functions and see all the possible options and look at it this way because once again, it just, I mean, the amount, when you're teaching calculus, it would be really cool to use this and the kids would be able to save time but get to see what they're doing. And so then you could fit more in the course. And then I also think they get a deeper understanding because we have an exact view of the different options here without having to, oh, well, maybe we messed up a calculation or so I think this is really cool, and you could use this a lot with the different calculus courses if you were teaching it and seeing them create the different graphs. And I also thought it was nice that, so it took me a while, but I earlier, and I shouldn't have erased it, I made my S long, I made this, created the full curve, and did all the, let's see if I can do one. If it gets any longer. Can't do it now. I have to go back and redo the settings, but I had done some more, where is it here? When we were doing the, creating the different ones. So I had gone back, I'm trying to see, I can't find it now, of course. And it was nice, the iterated image and seeing that, but it was nice, cool, and seeing if you animate it and seeing where it could go, kind of moved it for you. It was nice to see that, and then just playing with it, and then if you created the more iterations and seeing how it would follow. So that was pretty cool as well. But yeah.